It's that porn music. It's that porn music, Dave.
Yeah, baby.
Porn music. We love the porn music. Hey kids, it's the Will and Dave podcast. Yeah, the Will and Dave podcast. And I'm just going to turn this off. It's off. There we are. Let's start. That was the porn music. This is Will Vincent. That's Dave Judson. And we'll let you guys know now. We have done, 2 minutes preparation for this?
Yep. Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. And we apologise for getting late on air. Some guy was trying to teach us how to do something. So when I play lots of random noises, Dave would be able to hear it. But we can't sort it out for this week. So when I go, watch it! Dave's not going to be able to hear it at all, which is going to be absolutely hilarious. But, Dave, we've got to start on a very, very serious note. Darren Ganji.
This is not where I thought we were going.
Yeah, Darren Ganji, Ben Cornette. I say we've got to be incredibly serious.
Darren Ganji.
Or as I called him yesterday, Darren Ganja and Ben Cornetto. Because of course, after you've had the Ganji, you're gonna get the munchies and therefore want to have the Cornetto. But those two, this is just fascinating watching them go on and on and on and on and on now, isn't it?
Well, to be quite fair, since the thread on the forum has gone up to 12 pages, there really hasn't been going much on and on for Mr. Ganji. But Cornette's ready. He's laid down the money. He said, I'm ready to go whenever you are. Let's make this happen. And all you hear from the other side is crickets.
Yeah. And it's fascinating because, of course, this all started with the famous quote, he's mediocre at best. And, I mean, Ganji's sticking by that comment. And, like every good man should, if you got an opinion, stick by your opinion. Don't sway to the crowd. But the only issue is that he's reiterated it over and over and over and over again. And it just seems now that Cornette's got sick and tired of it.
Yeah, well, there comes a point where when somebody just keeps beating you in the head with a hammer, you're going to have to do something about it. The quote is, to finish, the dude is mediocre at best, and if I had his setups, could run with him in a heartbeat. So, I think the true question is, when are we going to see Mr. Ganji in the Pro Series?
Well, I don't think he even needs to run in the Pro Series. And you can race up into the WCS. We've seen A-Class drivers do it before. Ricky Alatalo did it. So, why not just say, Darren Ganji, 2014 WCS champion, right? Surely.
Absolutely. I have to say, Darren's got a great show, does a lot of good things for sim racing, but this is one of those things where it's open mouth, insert shoe. And, I mean, they're not putting these guys in the World Championship Series for no reason. And a team like that, with Team Redline, would not keep a guy on their team if they didn't at least think there was some merit to keeping him. So, sour grapes, from what I could tell. I guess Mr. Cornette must have pissed off Ganji at some point for out.
Or we could just be completely wrong, and the only reason why, and I'm sorry, I'm going to throw in an Australian stereotype here, because of the fact that, Cornette is very good at cooking steak, or turning the shrimp on the barbie, or handing out beers.
Well, Ganji could be afraid, if they raced on a track in Australia, like at Bathurst or Phillip Island, a drop bear might get him. So he's got a legitimate, reason to not want to go there.
And it'll be a disadvantage for Ganji, of course, because they'll have to race upside down. And I've tried racing upside down before. It's tough.
I've seen guys race sideways on the fence, but upside down, that's a new one.
By the way,
I don't think I can handle that.
I'm having a look at that forum page right now, and I've just been fascinated by these two women hitting each other out. And, it's... Wait. Oh, no, I got it wrong. You see, this is why we should practice this stuff. Soundboard's not working.
That is unbelievable.
Well, I would say that's lack of preparation.
Yeah, it's a lack of preparation. We've done this completely on a limb, and I thought this segment was going to take at least 15 minutes, and we've done it in about 4 minutes. What the hell's going on?
You didn't drink enough Jim Beam before we started, that's why.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm actually trying not to drink this week.
Oh, so you're gonna be sober for a week?
Yeah, it's going to be a first. I'll tell you a little story. Of course, you know the NFL comes to London, like, you know, this time it was twice, and next year they're coming to London 3 times. I kind of got very drunk at the last game. I don't know how it is in America, but in the UK, for concerts, you can't take anything in. You can't take any food. So, you know, if you want to sit down and have a little nibble, you've got to pay £5 for a packet of peanuts. Or if you want to have a drink, you've got to pay the equivalent of about $9 just to get a beer.
That's about the same here.
Yeah. However, you can bring alcohol in to your games. We can't. So
yeah, you could sneak alcohol into our games, and you could tailgate and drink in the parking lot before the game, but I guarantee you they're not letting you bring in booze into an NFL game. They won't even let women bring a person unless it's clear.
I tell you, no. We tried getting that rule this year. And us English, what are they doing? They're trying to violate my privacy. I have my nail clipper and my Daily Mail in there. And so they had that rule originally, and then they scrapped it because they were trying to bring it all in line. Because so you're allowed to bring in bags again. However, you're not allowed to bring in alcohol. You're allowed to bring in bottles of, you know, Pepsi or Coke or insert your favorite brand here. You can't bring cans, so bring in a can of Monster. You know, that's out the window. I don't know why, because they're probably thinking that you're going to try and, you know, throw it down into the end zone or something. But
you would think a bottle would be worse than a can, because at least with a bottle you can put the cap back on it.
That's the thing. You can't put that. You can't take the caps in. You can take the bottle in. You can't take the caps in.
Okay, yeah, because you could never figure out a way to reseal it after that.
Yeah, you know, you can't just put the cap in your pocket, for example.
Or if you don't have that Monster can with the resealable, you know, cap on it.
What?
Yeah, over here in America, we have a so-called imported Monster energy drink. It's a can, but it has like a twisty, instead of like a pull top, it is like a twisty, and you can reseal the can, but it's not like a lid. It's attached to the can.
Whoa. You have imported Monster's American, for fuck's sake. Where the fuck are you importing it from?
I'm just telling you what was on the can. Let me do a little research, and I'll find it for you. Right. Go blithering on about, you know, bottles and booze and whatnot.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, you know, the situation was, bought myself a bottle of Red Bull, because we get bottles of Red Bull over here. Big bottle. You know, chuck half of it down the drain, because it's Red Bull, and it tastes like shit anyway. Fill it up with whiskey. Stumble in, and let's be honest, the game was pretty fucking boring. Did you watch the game?
I would never watch an NFL game with a college team playing against them.
No, you know what? There's college teams that could have played better than the Jags. I mean, well, I'll break it down for you. You know, the first time the Jags tried receiving the ball, they dropped the ball. They caught the ball, then dropped it, and had to pick it up again and start running again. And they did that twice. They couldn't even make 5-yard passes, and when they did finally get a field goal, they couldn't even spell the word Jaguars.
That was quite hilarious. That they couldn't even do the team enough justice to spell the name correctly.
By the way, my mic's been too loud. I apologize again. Lack of preparation here.
Oh, yeah. You didn't take that. You didn't take that sedative, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't take the sedative. I'll come back to that in a moment. So essentially, it was a drinking game. Every time the Jags did something wrong, everyone in our row just took a swig of whatever drink we had, and there was only one bottle of whiskey. And you know what I'm like after I've had a bottle of whiskey inside me.
Yeah, you hand out shots to random people on 16th Street.
She was hot, okay?
And you let girls pee in foreclosed homes.
Scott Manifold, if you're watching, hey, we watered your plants here, okay?
Okay, straight from the can, Will. Monster import. This is straight from the can.
Imported from where?
Listen.
Mexico?
Listen. While in Europe last summer at the Spanish MotoGP, we saw a cool resealable can, and we knew it would be perfect for Monster. The can company said, quote, only available in Europe. We said, BS, we gotta have it. Next stop, Amsterdam, Holland, and a specialty plant to fill the funky can, just like our intro song, with a new super premium Monster import formula. It is clean, smooth Euro flavor, less calories, still gets you off and good as the original. You can open and close the can with one hand. You've probably dated a lot when you were younger. That's from the can.
Did that actually say that? The
And
hand
there's-
that you
and there's
dated
a-
while you were younger?
Yes, and there's a YouTube video of how to open the can, and it's in action, and I will send it to you, and you can enjoy that on your own free will.
Wow. Just by the way, we're talking about the Jaguars. Breaking news! Posted 12 minutes ago. Justin Blackmon of the Jacksonville Jaguars have been suspended indefinitely without pay for violating the NFL policy for program for substances of abuse. Let's be honest. If you're going to be playing for the Jaguars, you're going to have to be high on something.
If you're going to play for the Jaguars, you got to have every advantage you can. So, you know what? They should be thanking him for trying to keep the team from going 0-16.
Yeah. So, to come back to my story, essentially I was incredibly drunk. And then the next day I took the day off work and got incredibly drunk again. So my liver just kind of poked me and say, oi.
So you needed to hit the reset button.
I did need to hit the reset button. I've been shattered all week because of it. And you know what I'm like when I get grouchy. You not remember 16th Street last year when you were on TeamSpeak?
You're going to have to refresh my memory because I think that's been a couple of times.
You know, well, 16th Street last year, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I started commentating. So I used to go to bed at night, wake up about 1:45, and the first half an hour, 45 minutes, when I was on TeamSpeak, I essentially was the grouchiest fuck in the world. And
How does that differ from any other time?
Yeah, Paul Jenkins. In fact, Paul, you know, you can turn your microphone on because you know you're one of us.
Let's properly introduce him. Play a sound clip or something.
Should I
Just hit a random button.
I'm just gonna hit a random button. Wait.
What color's that binky you have in your mouth?
It's Paul Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Jenkins.
Welcome, Paul. You're our very first guest on the Will and Dave Show.
Did you actually hit a random button?
I did. I actually did hit. You can't hear it, but I hit a button. And it's not the girls button. I've been trying to find that button for years, and it just doesn't work. But you remember this? 16th Street last year. I used to wake up, and those first 45 minutes, you even, you know, thought you were going to say something out of line. You get kicked out of the TeamSpeak server. Let's be honest. I'm a little bit of an egotistical maniac when it comes to the TeamSpeak button.
No, never.
Never.
He wields the kick band with the best of them.
Yes. So that was the NFL. That was my drinking addictions. And someone posted in the forum that I need to take a sedative before this day, so that, you know, A, you'd actually have the opportunity to speak for more than 30 seconds per show, and B, because it will sort our noise levels out.
Yeah, apparently I'm too quiet
Time's
and
up.
you're too loud. There we go.
I remember this.
Oh, Paul, you don't know the half of it. You're one of the nice commentators. You're the ones that actually let you talk.
Now, Will.
And Will, just to let you know, five laps ago, the leader crashed out.
Oh.
Of what?
Of any
Fixed
race.
racing?
No, that's how the commentation would go.
Yeah.
Will would go off on some tangent. It'd be like 5 laps later. And Will, going back to the action, the lead has changed 4 times, and we've had pit stops.
We've
No,
had a pit stop saying, you know, 13 people's retired from a race in a big wreck. We've had a caution. The safety car decided to, you know, go and take a toilet
The session's
break.
already over.
Yeah, no dear.
Wasn't that a great race, Will? Huh? What?
That was a race?
Speaking of 16th Street, is anybody going to beat Young O this year?
No. Let's move on.
Next question.
Okay, who's going to finish second?
There's a good topics for debate right there. Will?
Yeah, you're 16th Street extraordinaire.
Shall we explain what 16th Street is? Because a lot of these people... And let's not forget, you know, this show is going to go out on ETV's radio thing once a week as well. If we talk very nicely to JD Webb, he's going to chuck this on ETV radio. So a lot of people want to actually
cowboy.
know. Yeah, Yeah, cowboy. So a lot of these people won't know what these open wheel cars are doing, turning left on an open.
Go ahead.
It's an IndyCar league. There we are. Should we move on?
It is the greatest IndyCar league in all of iRacing. It has seen some real life IndyCar racers like Will Power and Martin Plowman, etc. race.
That is
challenge for
unbelievable.
wins. If you're invited and able to race, you're racing some of the best sim racers. Period. End of story.
And they do things other than turn left.
Yes.
Whoa,
there's road course
They
racing
turn right
involved.
as well?
Yes.
Wow.
Very
just-
occasionally.
Just like them real Indy cars, they turn right and left.
Okay,
Oh
so
wait,
It is
I sounded like
unbelievable
some
what
guy
is going on
His name's Dan
iRacing
White.
with IndyCar.
We're there for a second.
Oh, there's a story there.
yeah, there's many a story there, isn't there? Let's try and get off this tangent, head back onto the highway. Freeway, that's the one. Second place.
Let's see. You got Tim Doyle. You've got
They are. Tim.
anybody.
You say Tim Doyle last season though, but Tim Holgate came second.
This is true because I hate to say it, but Tim would almost crashed out at every road course event, so that didn't really help things much for him. Now, on the oval side, if it was a purely oval league, second place, no problem for Tim Doyle. But Tim Holgate had the whole package last season.
Yeah,
Who
Tim
had
Doyle
that?
really ran into a lot of trouble last year. He really did.
Yeah, he had one of those iRacing brake failures, I think, at Sonoma, and he just stuffed it in a tire barrier. I remember seeing that firsthand.
Did a lot of
Tire
getting
barrier
taken
at
out, too.
Sonoma. I'll tell you what, the tire barrier at Sonoma, that's probably the second most fun place to get air after the chicane at Bathurst.
And if anyone hasn't seen that video, I
How
suggest
far off?
looking that up.
How far off track are you, Will, that you're getting air in a race?
Well, to be fair, this is Bathurst we're talking about, Coming down into the chase, you kind of once in a while decide, oh, I'm not going to make the corner, let's see whether I can jump over the tyre barrier. It's more fun that way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay, so that was
You know
16th
what?
Street. Shut up.
Well,
Moving right along.
I don't want to move on yet.
All right.
Doug Lero did quite well. He finished third. Don't forget that Nefri Og character.
We're getting
if
him
you-
on this podcast, by the way. As
if-
soon as 16th
if-
Street starts, we're getting him every week to do a race recap.
If we can pry him away from the fuzzy girls, we can get him on here, and he'll be. You'll want to tune in for that episode for sure, because I think he could talk more than you will.
He can. And just to let you guys know, fuzzy girls aren't, people who forget to keep themselves in a little bit of pristine condition. They're girls that represent the vodka company called Fuzzy. Although, some people like fuzzy girls, so, whatever your choice is. And let's not forget that Nefri's a lawnmower racer, so you might be able to trim those fuzzy girls down a bit.
Yep, and the racing side of things, I bet you a lot of transferable skills from the lawnmower to the virtual IndyCar.
Especially running under caution at Pocono.
Absolutely.
Ah.
And we can't forget about Chris Cahill. He finished sixth last season, and some guy named Dave Judson won the final race at Michigan. He's got to be somebody to deal with, right?
Dave Judson blowing his own ego. Yeah, we'll sort that one out later. But unbelievable indeed. Yeah,
Will wields the kick button.
yeah, the kick button. There we are. I'm bored of talking.
Wait. I'd like to give a shout out to Al Nagy, who says that I am too damn loud.
I don't care if you're too damn loud. I'm the one that's supposed to have the sedative. You're okay. I'll turn you down. You happy?
He's gonna
Jesus.
turn me down so low you can't hear me.
Yeah, which is what I normally
What?
do anyway. Yeah, pardon? Can someone turn my hearing aid up? Okay, so let's move on. That was 16th Street. We're being too serious again. I was going to tell you another story. I was going to tell you a story about Starbucks. It's the 1st of November, which means the Red Cups have come out. And you know what that means, don't... Shut the fuck! No, it's the complete opposite. I'm not going to sleep for the next 2 fucking months now.
Yeah, well, we know that.
We had this finely crafted plan of topics we were going to talk about, and you just went right and
Yeah.
knock that up.
Okay, yeah, in those 2 minutes that we prepared yesterday, we came up. Yeah, this was yesterday when we prepared stuff. I had to reset my PC since then. I don't even know what these topics are.
Hey, is anybody tweeting or Facebooking us? Maybe they can send us some ideas and we could talk about them on the fly.
Follow me at Will Vincent, hashtag
Tweet-
Will
tweet-
and
what?
Dave. Shut up! I'm doing a link, you cunt. Yeah, I'm allowed to swear as well. Follow me at Will Vincent, hashtag Will and Dave. That's WILNDAVE, because us English people can't say like full words and all that stuff. Facebook.com/Will and Dave as well. We've got 26 people liking us in less than 24 hours. That's more than I actually have friends.
Well, that's got to make you feel good, right?
Well, yeah. In fact, I was going to talk about something randomly related to motorsports, and this is
It is unbelievable what is going on iRacing with IndyCar.
except it's not IndyCar, it's NASCAR, and it's Austin Dillon, and your favourite driver, Mr. Kevin Harvick, and he kind of went on a bit of a rampage last week.
Ty Dillon, right?
Hi, Dillon, Austin Dillon, you know, what's the difference there?
Well, the difference is I think Austin has some real talent because he actually won the truck race at
True.
Eldora on dirt, but Ty Dillon, not so much.
He's just like a less talented version of Tony Stewart, and let's be honest, he is mediocre at best.
I mean, the guy has won a Truck Series championship. They don't just give those away.
Well, you know, the fact that Kyle Busch pretty much wins every race because he's an egotistical maniac, leaving only, you know, second place available and all that BS. But Ty Dillon, Kevin Harvick. Let's talk about Harvick, shall we? Because he kind of decided to say, yeah, thanks very much, Childress, for everything you've given me. By the way, your team's gone to shit because you've recruited all these kids to drive for you.
Well, not only that, but if I mean, let's just be honest. RCR lately has kind of had a, you know, you bring me money, I'll put you in a seat. Brian Scott has a paid-for sponsorship by his father's resort in Idaho. Paul Menard, you know, his dad owns Menards. You know, that's a paid-for sponsorship. It's like, then, you know, you got the grandsons. It's like, well, they're going to bring the money because they're related to me, so I'm going to put them in the car, the truck, whatever. Someone else is thinking, and then he realized, oh, damn, I probably shouldn't have done that because I'm still trying to race for a championship. I got 3 races to go, so he backtracked pretty quickly. But I'm pretty sure that he believes everything he said.
Let's be honest about this, though. Kevin Harvick, yeah, if you'd get into a fight with him, then you'd probably end up with a broken nose. The last thing I want to do is piss off Kevin Harvick, though, because you're going to get Delana Harvick involved. That woman is fucking scary.
No, I don't understand this whole she wears the pants in the family thing, but that's my point of view. Just because, you know, 16-year-old Joey Logano said it one time doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
Well, you know, everything Joey Logano says is true, you know. It's the same way that every time Kyle Busch says that someone wrecked him, even though he wrecked them, it's always true.
Well, you know, as Brad Keselowski said, Kyle Busch is an ass.
Well, yeah, we all know that. By the way, you're not going to get any love for Kyle Busch on this show. Just an interesting point. We've just been told that more people signed up to watch this podcast than are currently subscribed to Obamacare. So that's an interesting point.
Well, just let's not go there because it's going to get ugly and we're going to detract viewers and we start talking about politics, especially if an Englishman is talking about American politics because we all know how well that worked in the 1700s.
I'm just saying that people can't access a website. I'm not talking about the pros and cons of Obamacare at all. I'm just talking about someone's shitty web coding skills, let's be honest.
I'm sorry that I went there and made a Revolutionary War joke. I'm sure it's too soon.
It's okay. What we'll do is we'll call our NFL team the too soon, 200 years later. Yeah, cheers, Ryan.
Hey, look, you want to take over the country, just show up. You don't need to bring any guns.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about France?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm talking about it here. Just show up.
My interview's finally out, Dave. I've just been retweeted on Twitter.
Yay!
About time!
Well, it's kind of your fault. You forgot to finish your answer for question number 8, and he had to listen to the interview and transcribe the rest of it. So it's all your fault that your interview on In Racing News did not get posted. iRacing.com/InRacingNews. You can find me, Dave Judson's race reports on the IndyCar Road Series each and every week.
Yeah, that's enough plugging yourself. Shut up. I'm allowing you onto the show. It's called the Will and Dave Show. I've given you 50% of the bloody plugging from that. What else do you want?
You asked me to be here. I could have said no.
Would you have said no? Really?
No, I wouldn't.
Then you'd have been stuck with me, and God, would that be a boring show.
Yeah. By the way, Raybuck on YouTube just Googled Fuzzy Girls and his internet froze.
Oops. Hey, we can't be held responsible for that.
If you're going
if
to
you
do
get
that,
a virus or anything.
Oh, wait. I've even got something for that as well. Wait. That's going to give me a virus. There we are. If you're going to Google Fuzzy Girls, make sure you got Safe Search turned on. Cheers for coming.
So now, just as an aside, for people that are listening, we can't hear what Will's doing when he hits those sound effects. So if it ever gets kind of awkward, that's why. We have no idea what the hell's going on.
It's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
It really
He's
is.
unbelievable.
I'll break this down for you. One of the actual little bits of preparation I did is I actually got a soundboard, so when I want to play the intro, I can actually hit go and the intro will play. And if I just want to hit something, I can just hit it and it will play for me. It's great. Except the way that we record this, they can hear what I'm saying. They can't hear what's on my computer, which is pretty useful because most of the time I am just watching, hardcore European porn. But
You're giving too much of yourself away there, Will.
I'm not. Everyone watches
Try and
porn.
stream that.
Yeah, don't try Googling that, okay? Too much armpit hair. But, oh, God, this is...
Yeah, they'll get Eastern European, and that just wouldn't be good.
This is the
spiraling
reason
out of
why I
control.
put a crashed car as the image, because this really is car crash podcasting.
Now, didn't that happen outside your office, that car?
That did actually happen outside my office. This was a couple of days ago. And I was actually working late for once in my life in the office. It was about 7 o'clock at night. And because of the fact, the clocks had gone back and all that BS, it's pretty dark. And I was listening to some music. All of a sudden, I just hear what I thought was like one of the shutter gates from the neighbouring businesses just crashing down. I was thinking, okay, some chavs deciding to, rob a shop or something. And then I hear another one. So I thought, I'll go out, see what's going on. And turn to my right, and there's this, 10-year-old Citroen Saxo, which why anyone buys a Citroen Saxo in the first place is beyond me. It crashed into a BMW 3 Series, which was pretty entertaining because of the fact, of course, now some posh Daily Mail reader is going to have to go and get insurance for his BMW 3 Series. And that car is parked outside of my office because blatantly the two scallywags driving it, who didn't actually look as though they were old enough to drive, blatantly had no insurance. So they decided, okay, we'll just move to the side of the road and it can stay there. I thought it was going to become some public art or something.
Oh, you still talking?
Good to see that those problems aren't only exclusive to America. America.
Well, when are you gonna move to America so we don't have to have this big time difference?
I want to move to America. Well, we've got John Porsick still working on my papers, right?
We gotta get Jim
Papers?
Swinbanks. We gotta get Jim Swinbanks over from the land down under where women roar and men thunder.
Papers? Well, paper. This is America, man. You don't need papers.
Yeah, just go to Mexico and come right through the border. It's wide open.
Just show up.
But don't I need one of those little green card things? I mean, let's be honest. I know the anthem. I know the Pledge of Allegiance. So long as I just humming the anthem as I walk through, do you think they'll just accidentally stamp the wrong page of my passport?
You don't even need to know the language to be here.
That's true. But he does have some small grasp on the English language. It's hard to understand him a lot of times, but we get the gist of it.
Okay. And of course, as soon as I come to America, I've got to play the game of, how many girls from the States can I get to know? Which, of course, didn't
Get to know
actually
or
go...
shag?
I was trying to be politically correct there. Dave, of course, you're going to say that I'm never, ever going to shag anyone in those capri pants, but...
No, I wasn't, but since you brought it up, Will Vincent wears capri pants.
Do you want to
You did
explain
this
the
to yourself.
temperature at Indy?
I thought Will Vincent didn't wear pants.
It was not warm enough for pants, but or how do I say this? The weather
This
was
is
just
getting way derailed.
the weather was just such a way that Will thought it was too cool for shorts and too warm for pants, so he decided to go with capris, 3/4 length pants. Bettenhausen's, Randy Cross, God, you name it, they were there in Indy and they saw it for themselves.
But he looked fabulous.
Fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous. I'll tell you that.
That'll give you a virus.
Oh,
Well, there is this one guy. In fact, let's formally introduce Randy Crosno very quick. Because he
Hi,
was here
Randy.
at the time. Hi, Randy.
Hi, wait, hold on a second. I'm watching an oval fixed race, and Andreas is giving a tutorial type documentary to the rest of the drivers on how to race.
That is unbelievable.
So, give me a minute. I'll be right there. Okay, just give me 30 seconds because they're gonna go green, and then I think he'll be done talking. So 30 seconds.
Okay, so we've got to find 30 seconds to fill.
well, you're talking about your.
There's a lot I can do in 30 seconds.
Setup gate.
Get up, gate.
So that's a good 25 seconds. We should be all right. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public service announcement. If you haven't yet already locked your spotter, lock
Or
it.
use
Put
a
a
password.
password. Yeah, put a password on it. Because otherwise, people can come in and they can steal your setups. There we are.
Okay, I'm back now. The other drivers are keying the mic, so they don't have to listen to the teacher anymore. So I'm sorry. What was your question?
Randy, take us back. I mean, I know you're an old man, so this might be difficult with your short-term memory loss, but take us back to Carb Day and to that
What
drunk
kind of
woman.
pants was he wearing?
No, actually, no, just the incredibly drunk woman who.
Oh, yes. There was an American girl. She saw Will with his dregs, and he was wearing capri pants, which I'm trying to eliminate that from my mind, but I can't. But anyway, she was all over Will, and Will actually turned her down. So it garnered the question within myself: is Will heterosexual, or does he swing from the other plate? Because she was ready to take him back behind victory lane and have some fun, and Will turned it down. I just don't get it, but whatever.
Oh.
You don't understand how much alcohol she had inside her, Randy.
I won't go down that road.
He didn't want to get drunk putting his arm around her.
It was
Okay.
actually that case.
She was actually gorgeous, though.
She
so,
was pretty
for
damn
what it's
hot.
worth.
And of course,
She was,
or,
Yes.
you can carry on talking, Randy.
I'm sorry. Andreas had some more advice for the drivers. I didn't want to miss it. What was your question again?
Well, you were talking about how she
short-
was gorgeous.
That's short-term
Oh.
memory loss kicking in.
Absolutely gorgeous. Hey!
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 Hey, that could be a sound clip.
You guys be
Hey!
nice, or I'm gonna spend my time doing something else.
Okay. Bye, Randy.
Just got he's in a room all by himself going, hey!
Hey!
For those of you who don't know, if you throw out a Vinley fail, somebody take it from me. That'll give you a virus.
Take two.
A
Okay.
thinly veiled age joke on Randy. He gets a high-pitched hey, pretending like he's mad, but he knows it's true.
So, this
Being
year, of
another
course-
old guy, I don't really have a lot to say about that.
This year, of course, next year, I'm going to Fontana, where Randy's very nicely going to take me to a what's that hotel called, Dave? Super Six?
Oh, Motel 6.
Motel
or
6.
Super 8. Super 8.
Right.
We'll leave the light on for you.
Dave Judson, John Goke, Eric Vanek, all staying in hotels. I was staying in, let's be honest, nicest of all.
Yes.
Then you were
This
in,
was Indy, by the way.
yeah, this was at Indy. You were at a pretty nice hotel until I decided that in my drunken state I was going to get tomato ketchup all over it.
Yeah, I had to flip my sheets around because you spilled ketchup from your Hardee's Monster Burger all over my bed because you wouldn't even let me sit in my own bed. You had to take it over. I had to sit in the computer chair. But I
And,
What did I
digress.
miss?
and
I
then,
digress.
yeah, digress, literally. And then we come to Jonathan Goke's hotel. Shall we just talk about Doak's Hotel.
John didn't really research his hotel too terribly well, and I think the Super 8 stood for how many sultry, cracked up ladies stayed in the hotel room above him, instead of how much quality the room would have been. It was he was begging for us to let him stay in our room so he wouldn't have to be cracked in anymore.
Well, I noticed when we got to the hotel, because Randy was there as well, that they had a pool. And then I took a look at the pool. And it's a sort of thing where you could probably get high on heroin just by swimming on it, the amount of used needles there are.
Yeah, it'd be like swimming in a cactus. You just get poked with needles the whole time you're in there.
Yeah. And it did have the typical, crack whore stumbling about, the drunk guy who was obviously there for one purpose and one purpose only. What I should
sleep.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah, that's it, sleep. And then, yeah, he did get, let's be fair though, he did get Armed Forces discount, mainly because of the fact that they were probably worried that if he complained, they'd all get deported.
Or he'd call in an airstrike on the place.
Yeah. So that was Indy, and of course this year, why are you not coming to Fontana, Dave?
My financial situation is such that I do not believe I can afford a trip and a flight to that area of the country at this point in time. Therefore, I can't go. But if I get a new job and I make some more money, then I might change my mind.
Right. Have you not watched TV in the last 6 years? It's very simple. Just make meth.
Yeah, I like to be on the straight and narrow and not go to jail. I do not want to be a felon like some of our other fellow iRacers. I want to be clean, stay out of court, stay out of trouble, don't get any reckless driving penalties or, have any late tickets or anything like that. I want to be on the good side of the law.
Aww.
Hey, by the way, you guys got to stop plugging the fixed race because we're losing listeners. They're gonna go watch this run the fixed race now.
Yeah.
Paul makes a very good point. We only have 3 people listening. Now we're down to 1.
Oh no!
I think that one is actually me.
We're up to 14 at one. It's because of me. I'll tell you what, we're gonna go to the iRacing.
We lost another one. We're down to 13.
Oh. Yeah. So
you did get 2 thumbs up though.
2 thumbs up. That's pretty useful.
Should we read some of the comments?
Yeah. Well, I've read a couple of them. Anthony
Ask
Burns.
us questions in the comments.
Yeah,
we
ask
can
us
answer
questions.
them.
Hey, look at that.
Anthony's.
Of course, now we've said that, we're not going to get that till like another minute and a half, 2 minutes later. So we're going to be sitting going, why the hell is anybody doing anything?
Wait, everyone shut up one moment.
Wait, do you have
You're
some,
listening to
some
the
hold
Will
music?
and Dave podcast.
There we are.
Thank you for holding.
Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line.
Hello, you're through to Will Vincent at Glacier TV. How may I help? You know what I really wanted to do?
America.
I wanted to call up iRacing and have a chat with Susan because, of course, some of you guys might know that I love Susan. Well, I created the Susan Flint Appreciation Society this time last year, and yeah, I mean, have you guys ever? Susan's amazing.
That's your ticket to America.
America.
So
she knows you love her. Maybe you guys can get married, and then you won't have to worry about green cards or sneaking across the border or anything like that.
true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are currently tuned into the first and quite possibly the last Will and Dave podcast show because Glacier was going to pull our ticket.
Okay, so you're gonna pull the ticket. I'm the one that pretty much runs the YouTube page.
You're going to pull the plug on yourself.
Well, yeah. Well, this has got to at least last longer than IndyCar Weekly,
Yeah,
So
we're
there's
getting
the
close.
point.
which at one point became IndyCar Fortnightly, and then I think we ended up calling it IndyCar occasionally.
I was really
When you
disappointed
get
because
IndyCar whenever.
it's really disappointing because we talk about every series, and then I started doing quite well in the fixed series, and I couldn't get my play, man.
That's the reason why.
I'm not allowed to plug myself shamelessly. Only you're allowed to.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
let's
see,
be
I never
honest,
signed
your
up- I
ego's
never
big
signed the
enough as it
agreement.
is.
Oh, come on now. Everybody that knows me knows that I am not an egomaniac in any way, shape, or form.
Shit. Well,
There's
this
that
is,
eye again.
this is coming from me, so this is rich. Right, what was on the list of things that we were actually going to talk about? Oh, that was it.
Have you gotten any tweets?
I've not got any tweets. I have. I don't know. How do I even use Twitter? I hate Twitter.
Well, if
Wait,
you
And let me just say for a second, keep those questions coming, guys.
well, Will, if you go in the search and you search hashtag Will in Dave,
no tweet results.
and you hit, yeah, there's no tweet results.
No one likes us.
Well, not even you tweeted about hashtag Will and Dave,
Oops.
and then dead silence.
This is about how much preparation we put into this.
Tweet now, tweet now, tweet now.
What is on this list of stuff that we're actually going to talk about?
The third one was setup gate, but we kind of already brushed that aside with a 25-second clip waiting for Randy to finish up listening to Mr. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
what else?
we could talk about Hardee's Monster Burgers again.
Oh God, that was the best burger I've ever had in my life.
It's like 6 pounds of beef with like 7 slices of bacon, and it promptly put Will to sleep after he ate it.
Let's be honest. I was in my own little world after that burger.
Yeah, well, it's kind of not your fault. You're 5 hours ahead. It was 6 o'clock for us, and it was more like, midnight for you, so you're probably going to pass out anyway.
And the NASCAR was on, that Charlotte, which, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, then the cable fell down, and we had an hour delay. But Harvick won, so that's all that really mattered.
Yeah. I mean, I was asleep throughout the entire cable thing, and yeah, I don't even know if you guys were making noise or anything. For all I know, you could have been chasing.
We were yelling at you and laughing, and John laughed so hard he fell off the chair, and you didn't hear any of it.
That's one of the things. If you try and wake me up, there's only 3 ways to wake. One of them involves chucking water over me, which you wouldn't want to do. You already flipped your bed over. The other way is to essentially let's not go down that route. And the third way, we also can't go down that route. So
well, at some point we woke you up, and I drove you back to your hotel, and then I had to pull over for a 4X on the freeway because I'd hit a raccoon the night before that ran out in front of me on the way to the Manifold's house, and a piece came loose and was rubbing against the tire, so I had to pull off the freeway, fix that, then drive you back to your hotel.
too much damage. We've got to fix it.
Yeah, too much damage. We got to fix it. Oh,
You've got wheel damage.
I got a tweet from A Nagy PC 61. He wants to know if Will fancies any English muffins.
Yeah, let's move on.
I
have a confession to make, by the way.
Yes.
Well, we have this show in England because of the fact, that we're all kind of posh, and we have supper and tea and afternoon tea, and we'll have crumpets and all that. We have a show called The Great British Bake Off, and on The Great British Bake Off, they're amateur cooks, they're not professionals. They had to prepare 12 English muffins. But I still never have heard about them. The only time you get an English muffin, anything resembling an English muffin in England, is when you go to McDonald's, and that's American. Now, if I'm gonna have an English muffin surrounding a sausage and an egg and a slice of cheese, as far as I'm concerned, it's not fucking English.
All right. Going from McDonald's on YouTube, 91 I'm Cool wants to know what Will's opinion is on the Big Mac.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, cheese, pickles, onions,
sesame seed bun.
Thank you, sir. Move on.
I'll be honest, I don't actually like McDonald's that much.
Oh, and you're gonna come to America?
You better learn to love it.
Why would I want?
Right
why would I want to go to McDonald's when I've got Hardee's, I've got Burger King, I've got In-N-Out Burger, and of course, Randy, I've got KFC.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
All right, KFC story.
Andy?
My favorite story. When we were in Indianapolis, Will is a man of color, and he loves chicken. So we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, And the little girl at the counter looks at Will after he orders a number 3, which happens to be a 5-piece chicken special. She says, "Sir, would that be dark meat or light meat?" And he turned around at me, and he was about ready to hit the floor because he had no clue what that little girl was talking about.
I actually thought she was asking if I wanted white man meat or black man meat. It's like, what's the difference?
We're not segregated.
Does
I don't even know where to go with
does a
this.
certain type of meat come with extra, sucking capabilities or what?
I don't know where you're going with that.
I'm-
We should move on.
That's what I
And
mean.
now a commercial break.
But
Time for a KFC commercial.
we're not allowed to play them. YouTube will
Wait.
shout at us.
I heard an unbelievable in the background, Randy.
Oh yeah, there's another yellow. Sorry guys, I'm going to be busy listening to learn how to drive an Indy car from Andreas. I'll be back in a bit.
Better you play Mario Kart.
Hey, you gotta hit the record button on that stuff, man. We need to put it on the show.
We should
Because
have
it's
him on as a
unbelievable.
guest. We should have him on as a guest.
We should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we have another tweet. The Met Cafe. Met Cafe. I tell you what, the only Met Cafe I ever had was actually in Germany. Where it's like these half waffle, half pancake things. Alright. That's basically all I've ever had from Met Cafe. Of course, in Germany they have McBeer, which is about as bad as drinking Coors Light, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I remember
Ouch.
that. Beer at a McDonald's and it's cheaper than pop.
Yep.
Hey, you drink the beer, then you get on the bus.
I'll come back to that in a moment, because I wanted to say one other thing. And this always confuses Americans when I say this, but in England, you don't get biscuits at KFC. In fact, we don't have biscuits in the UK, as you call biscuits. We have they're things that we dip in our tea. You don't get mash.
You also don't get dark meat, apparently.
No, we don't get dark meat. We don't get mash. We just have fries. Literally, it is having the chicken, and they're cheap. So yeah, that's one thing I do miss about America. The biscuits were amazing, and the bread rolls as well at Texas Steakhouse. They were amazing. Oh. But
Would you like me to go to each establishment, buy some, put them in a overnight shipping box, and send them to you?
please, although
They'll get intercepted.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't
You can't
send
ship
food,
food?
can you? No,
Why
No.
not?
in case you try and clone the cow or something.
No, for goodness sakes! If I keep it in the KFC bag in the Texas Longhorn bag, everything will be fine.
I mean, let's be honest though. The KFC, it's not really food, is it? I mean, we call it food.
No,
isn't it, term?
It's a food-like substance.
We can't stop jihadists, but we can stop biscuits.
Yeah. That's.
And we've lost him.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Dynamite!
Right. So it's the bus.
I'm fat and my knees hurt.
I don't have that one. Wait, I have this one though. We'll still finish off our America segment.
Can someone go grab some donuts?
Right,
Don't misconstrue my words. I didn't say that.
indeed. But let's talk about the bus. Because I'm surprised this didn't piss you off, Dave.
Why?
I mean,
Because you wrecked me in a carb cup race because you were having so much fun talking about Germany when you came back home.
Oh, hey, I was only talking about the bus for about what 4 months.
But the bus was hilarious because every story and no matter what you were talking about, it was. And we go back to the bus.
We university, we had to have a field trip, so we had. Before I go any further, isn't there supposed to be like a motorsports show?
No, you said it was going to be sports and or whatever else you felt like talking about.
There
We
we
could
go.
finish with sports though.
Yeah.
It's just like watching ESPN, you know, they claim they're a sports channel. You'll get one bit of
What color's
sports
that
a week.
binky you have in your mouth?
Hey, you know when you've really made it, Will? If we can dictate the sporting headlines in iRacing, then you'll know we've made it.
Bada-bum, bada-bum.
Because if ESPN doesn't talk about it, then it doesn't exist. And if it's not a sport, if it's not like a storyline in the beginning of the race, it doesn't exist.
True.
True story.
True story, bro.
So, let's talk about the bus. I went to Germany for a field trip. In fact, we technically went to Germany, France, and Switzerland. I'm not quite sure why I went to France. It seemed as though, in traditional French fashion, they were all on strike. We literally went into France, sat on a tram, went to the end of the line, turned around, realised there's nothing in front, and left again. Switzerland, we made sure we ate in Germany, because as soon as we crossed the border into Switzerland, everything is about 15 times more expensive. You think things are expensive in America or in England? Think again. But in Germany, we had this one day when we went into the mountains to go and have a look at the wind farms.
Yep.
And we actually went to go and see how shit was made into energy. That's how dull and boring this field trip. We actually saw shit made into energy. But
Like literal human waste.
yeah, it's
So
literal
obviously,
shit.
the English don't know about the whole bag of shit on the step, setting it on fire, running away.
No.
Oh, you guys just didn't live, America.
But we had two tour guides. One of them for the first day and the last day. In the middle days, we had this very old. But the first guy, literally, when he says that we'll be on the tram at 1 o'clock, what he actually meant is that we'll meet up at 1 o'clock. He says what he means is we're on a tram at 1 minute past 1. If you're late, you're gonna get lost. In the other 2 days, we had this guy, and we were on the bus because of the fact we were in the mountains. And this guy, you know, we'd go to all these places, and it was like, okay, and now it's possible that you can try the alcohol that these people make in the cellar. Ho, 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 ho. But not today. Today, we go back to the bus. And it was that all day long. He basically spent the entire day trying to give us
Teased you.
stuff that the owners hadn't given us permission for, and then realizing the fact that they weren't going to give us the free stuff, and then it was a case of going back to the bus. We got more tweets.
We do. We have 2 more tweets.
William Dave talks as much about motorsports as the History Channel in America talks about history.
Ding,
That's
ding,
because
ding,
you don't
ding.
have any fucking history. You chuck some tea into a fucking river, and that's pretty much all that's happened in America. You kicked us out and told us to go back home where it's cold.
Well, on the History Channel now consists of some wild-haired guy telling us about how aliens helped all of civilization do everything.
What's
So
this,
that's-
like the in-depth guide on Scientology?
It's called Ancient Aliens. That's like all they ever play on there. It's ridiculous. Oh, and don't forget Pawn Stars. You know, because they talked about an item from the 50s, that means it's historic.
Wait, isn't it the Hitler Channel? 'Cause that's all they talk.
You must be
That's-
talking about H2.
Oh, is that they moved on to H2 now? It used to be History Channel. It's any given day you could turn it on, and it's all that all the time.
That's right.
Every time I tried searching for porn stars, I because I'm dyslexic, I couldn't spell properly.
Prawn Stars.
Yeah, that was it. I got the FBI knocking at my door, and they tried accusing me of being a felon. It's okay.
Oh, hey, we've got a request to
wait.
talk about LeBron and Kobe.
No, let's skip that. Is it Cleveland? Or I can't talk
What's
about
the top of
LeBron
the
yet.
net?
Cleveland,
LeBron wants to talk
Cleveland,
about LeBron.
Yeah, God, that guy's.
Paul
And moving
Jenkins
on.
Paul Jenkins wants to talk about something serious. He wants to talk about the Grand Prix Legends circuit.
what?
No, I was just making mention that not one of them has actually made it official.
That's
Which is really a
crazy.
like-
shame. Because that car
That looks-
came out with such fanfare, and everybody was hosting sessions with it, and then they figured out that, yeah, you can't just drive this car with one hand and drink a Pepsi and smoke a cigarette. You actually have to wheel the thing, and people think it's too hard.
For the
That
record,
being
I have
said-
actually eaten a steak dinner in a truck race, and that was actually the first race I ever won. I was eating a steak dinner while smoking, and I won the fucking race. Compare that to driving. I mean, you're right. I mean, the Lotus 49, let's be honest. I mean, this is the car which essentially is iRacing in its purest form. And you remember how people were bitching and moaning about the fact that it got delayed like 4 times?
Yep.
And
Now,
now
well,
they're
let's
doing
let's put out a challenge to all 15 of you that are listening to this show right now. The next Grand Prix Legends race is at Phillip Island. It's 25 laps. It's at 5:30 Eastern Time, which is 30 minutes from now. I challenge every single one of you to just go out there, use the fixed set, and let's just see what happens just for kicks. I'll join it too. Will, you do it. Paul, Randy, that'll be 4 of us right there. Let's get the first race official with a bunch of clowns, and let's have some fun. Let's do it.
Why
Let's
not?
do
I got
it.
iRating to burn.
Let's
Oh,
make the
God.
very first race. Let's see how popular this show is right now. Let's see how much people like us, how many people are still listening. I challenge every single one of you out there right now, and make sure you tweet about it that you're going to run the 5:30 Eastern race. I'm just going to sign up for it as soon as it goes official. I'm not even going to qualify. I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to jump in. Who's with me? Who's with me? I got a 2100 road rating. Let's burn it down, baby.
Mine's.
I
I was
I
going to
can
try and
give
get my
them that,
road
yeah.
rating up above 2,000. I think that's just gone out the window.
No,
Yeah, that doggone hunt. That's
But-
not going to happen.
But Will, the strength of field is going to be so low that even if you finish last, you're probably only going to lose like 50 points anyway.
True. And let's be honest, my entire road rate rating has come from running Charlotte in the Star Master. Like,
Well, you know, I'm sure that they're running an oval again this season. I'm sure that somebody will hook you up with a good set because you're a likable fellow, and you'll get that right back.
true. And let's be honest, I'm the fastest guy ever at Charlotte. You're the fastest guy ever on iRacing. I'm the fastest guy ever at Charlotte. So
Now,
surely we can do Phillip Island.
Let's give credit where credit is due. Me and Al Nagy are tied for the fastest lap at Talladega in the IndyCar in an official series. Our official lap time was over 251 miles an hour. Therefore, we are the fastest men on iRacing.
Let's be honest, by the way. Whoever is the guy who asked iRacing to put that on needs to have some form of psychiatric evaluation.
Maybe court ordered.
Yeah. Al Nagy, can you buy us the car? Hey, we don't make that many YouTube monies, alright? In fact, I don't even know where our YouTube monies account is. Justin Wolverine at the J Woody. Hey Wolverine, did I get the hashtag right? Hashtag one in grace. Yes, you did. Congratulations, because Dave Judson actually is a woman.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man. You had to go there?
Yeah, I did.
Ain't no
We're-
love,
we're-
man.
We're not even finished with the first episode of the Will and Dave podcast show, and I'm already being called out.
I tell you what, though, you talk about getting called out. This is the easy bit. We're gonna get your wife on this, remember?
Yeah, one of these days I'm sure my wife will come on here and say that I race too much, and you'll all have a good laugh. And
Oh, my wife already says that.
Yeah. I don't have a wife. 'cause no one loves
she's
me.
she's
That's a
extreme.
good choice, though.
When I told her what time 16th Street runs, which is every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, she's like, she's just like, you're racing on Sunday nights now and Monday nights.
Oh, dear God.
It's
that
like,
sounds
well, the
familiar.
only other thing you'll be doing is watching Sunday Night Football on NBC because apparently Al and Chris are the best on TV.
Well, you know, since I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, as you know, some of us are ashamed to admit, but we still are. Football season's over, so I've moved on. I'm not going to put myself through any more pain with
Look,
the Cleveland Browns and their third, fourth, fifth, sixth, you know, string quarterback. I mean, I think the punter of our team has a better quarterback rating than Brandon Whedon. And I
Could be
think that's
worse.
totally legit. Hey, our punter threw a touchdown pass this season. That's better than Brandon Whedon's done.
It could be worse. You could be the New York Giants, or you could be the Houston Texans.
Or you could be the Jaguars.
Yeah. Or, as I'll probably be called in about 4 years, the
London Jaguars.
the London Redcoats, I think they should be. They should play a Thanksgiving game against the Patriots every year.
So when you're playing against the London Redcoats, what's it going to be? Don't throw the pass till you see the whites in their eyes?
Yeah. And every time the Patriots score a touchdown, which of course, knowing Tom Brady, the fact he's getting old and Gronkowski, you know, bodies just seems to keep them falling apart. I'd love to be the doctor that treats Gronkowski because it was like, okay, what's wrong? Knee hurt, knee still hurt. But every time the Patriots score a touchdown, just a load of tea will fall from the rafters.
Knees still hurt. That's a good one. You know what? One of these days we'll probably hear that get called out. I mean, they're just yelling out random words and phrases, aren't they?
Yeah, unlike Peyton Manning. I'll tell you what, I'd love to learn how to talk Peyton. But some people will probably argue that I do that anyway. We have another tweet. Dave is rich. Apparently you're rich. So basically you lied to me when you said that you're not coming to Fontana next year. You lying son of a bitch.
My wife has a lot of student loan payments we're still trying to pay off. If I didn't have to deal with that, or if someone has a way of me getting out of paying those, I'd be more
Can
than
you not just
glad.
become bankrupt? And
No,
move to
Okay.
even if you file bankruptcy, you can't skip out on your student loan payments, I believe.
Oh, okay. Where's
But
Porzik
if John Porzik was here, he could help us out.
Okay, kids. We pretty much have come to the end almost of our first hour. Should we do overtime? Just don't.
Sure, why not? We don't follow any rules.
Okay, don't just fall over in the end zone right now, okay? Because you're gonna get yourself a safety and you're gonna lose the game. Yeah, I follow foot. Jim, if you're listening, I'm really, really sorry. I know you're a Bengals fan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this again.
We're actually all very sorry.
Okay, so that wraps up the first hour of the Will and Dave show. We've got Will Linton, we have got Dave Judson, we've got Paul Jenkins, Randy Crossnow, who's still learning how to talk, I don't know, how to drive an IndyCar. But we're into technically our second hour in a total of 30 seconds from now. And in this overtime segment, we're going to talk about wives and iRacing. I haven't actually got a wife because no one loves me, and I'm saving myself for Jim LaCure's girlfriend's cousin, apparently, because you're going to take the dog. That's right, Dave?
Yeah, whatever you say, Will.
Yeah, you're taking Lola, I'm having the cousin, and all's going to be fine. All's going to be fine. This isn't fading. What the hell? Someone teach me how to use this thing. I've got 15 seconds.
I just got word that the weather for the Lotus 49 race is a 19-mile-an-hour southwest wind. That's gonna be crazy.
Wow.
Just make this stuff up.
And as you can tell,
we're 68 degrees.
We're still
19-mile-an-hour winds, 47% relative humidity. But skies will be clear and sunny, so at least you'll be able to see well.
Are you signed up?
You cannot sign up yet.
Why not?
Keep hitting refresh. It's up to 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you can sign up. You can sign up. I've signed up. There we are.
It won't let me yet.
Well, that's because you're pathetic. 26 minutes and 55 seconds until this race starts. I've done no practice.
Did you sign up for the right thing?
Yeah, Grand Prix Legends, Phillip Island, 25 laps, standing start.
Okay.
49 in my sexy pink car.
Oh,
yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You're supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or as a friend of mine told me one time, it was Breast Awareness Month.
I just love the titties, all right?
I'm very aware of breasts.
Yeah, breasts are good.
I was gonna say, isn't that every day?
So,
oh, you know.
I'm sorry, my wife. I'm sorry. I never look at anyone else's.
And if he does, he at least make sure they're of a legal age.
Of course. You gotta follow all the laws of your principality and or country.
You know, in Italy, you can sleep with a 14-year-old. So,
But we're not in Italy.
I know. It's. I'll go into a whole psychological argument another day. But wives and iRacing. So, Paul, of course, you've got a lovely wife. And you also had to commentate as well as. Well, I say race. Race isn't really the right word.
Run.
Yeah. Attempt.
There it is. We got 3 people signed up already.
Woohoo! Well, Willie, let me tell you, the divorce proceedings are going on nicely, and
we're up to 4 people. This is actually working.
We are halfway to an official race, gentlemen. This is going to be great. There's 16 of you listening right now. Come on, let's make this happen.
Oh,
let's
not only can we make this,
let's make it split.
Yeah, that's what I said. Not only can we make it official, we can make this bad boy split.
Oh my God! What are we doing? What are we actually doing?
Chuck Johnson says, I celebrated 29 years with my wife yesterday, and I will spend half my week on iRacing. You rookies will learn eventually.
Hey, Chuck, does that involve like a lock on the door or something?
Yeah, he goes down to the basement, locks the door from the inside. So,
you know, laugh, but I've considered actually building a box around my rig with a lock and soundproofing.
Wow. Well, Randy pretty much has his own cave, don't you, Randy?
Yes, I do.
simple enough.
Well, I have a 5-year-old too, so the soundproof booth actually kind of makes a little sense.
I didn't hear what you guys said preceding that because I was listening to my favorite soundtrack called Unbelievable. I'm sorry.
It's unbelievable.
I was going to say, you actually have your own little man cave, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I've got a little a little buzzer, and I hit it, and my wife or daughter comes out, and they see what I need, like another beer or another Coke. And so, yeah, it's all good.
They bring you pizza.
Yeah.
Gotta be delivery, though. None of this DiGiorno stuff. It's gotta be delivery.
Chuck Johnson, by the way, he celebrated 29 years with his wife yesterday, so congratulations to you. And he spends half of his week on iRacing. Apparently, us rookies will learn eventually.
We already read that.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, stick with the program, dude.
I know. It's a time difference, all right?
It's that delay.
Yeah, it's that delay again. Don't forget, tweet us, Will and Dave. It's on the thing that you're looking at YouTube. Of course, we're too lo-fi to put pictures on here, mainly because of the fact that my dreadlocks will just turn you on, and Dave's got a nice shiny head.
I'm not actually bald.
No, you're not as bad as Brad Sanford. I mean, he literally has his hair falling out. And...
Well, compared to your hair, everyone else looks bald, though.
The worst thing is, I actually get girls asking to sniff my hair. Now, I don't know what it is about girls. It's like, can I smell your hair? It's like...
Why?
You don't go up to a woman and say, hi, can I just sniff the crack between your tits, please?
Well, yeah, unless you're completely blasted, which seems to be what you... Well, you're just attracting all the drunk girls.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think I just need to lower my standards.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
I'll tell you...
All right, update on the Grand Prix Legends. We are up to 5.
From 22
we stopped at 5. Come on, man.
And 3 of them are us.
Shall we try? I'm going to tweet iRacing.
Thank you for that support.
I'm going to tweet iRacing and tell them that we're going to try and get the first race done and ask them to retweet.
Actually,
all right, let's make it happen.
Kind of did, but go for it.
Oh, you've done that already?
And don't forget to hashtag Will and Dave. We need a Will and Dave Twitter page.
And tip your waitress, please. Try the veal.
By the way, Paul is going to be with us pretty much every week, every show. I just the Will, Dave, and Paul show just didn't work, because
Takes up too much space.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul, but you know it was Dave in the first place said we should really do a podcast. So everything from the whole weekly went down. What the fuck was that? That sounded like Britney fucking Spears. Oh.
Randy with the sound bit. Outstanding. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah, all right. Somebody on YouTube says, someone needs to remix that unbelievable clip with that song. Yes. Yes, we do.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes. Wait. Shall I play it one more time? I've got 3 of these, by the way. 1 minute.
It's unbelievable, really unbelievable what you do.
There we are.
Chuck Johnson's man cave spans 6 rooms, and there's a whole building on the back like clay.
This is like wife just forced to live in the basement or something.
It's a bunker. It's like an old missile. It's an old missile bunker.
I tell you who has the best man cave is Troy Fox. Troy Fox, his man cave looks like it's the east wall of a Best Buy. Every single electronic gadget known to mankind is in his man cave. It's cool.
All right.
Little shout out to my old buddy Troy Fox. And by the way, yes, he's as old as I am.
Well,
why would you? If you were really good friends with him, you wouldn't be calling him out like that.
I'll tell you
yeah,
though. Let's be honest, Randy. We were talking about the History Channel earlier on. You actually, you could just be the History Channel.
Hey!
Hey! Yeah.
He didn't even do his own sound clip right.
Hey!
This just in? We're still
Yes.
at 5. Come on, man. Let's go. 5.
Come on!
There's 7 people practicing.
Somebody get in one of those practice sessions and say, "Get in here right now."
I can't because I'm
there's
ready to sign up for the
70
race. If I
people
sign up for
practicing.
if I withdraw, people's going to think that no one's racing it anymore, and they're going to withdraw.
Oh, 6. We're up to 6.
Yes.
Well, 6.
Come on, 2 more. We can make this happen.
The thing is, as soon as we get up to 8, it's just going to snowball up to about 40. I'll tell you what we don't realise is this is probably like the actual strength of field race or something that we're about to enter.
We're just bombing it. We're just gonna completely screw it up.
Yeah.
Now, is the 17 incidents points and you're booted from the race is really going to play a factor here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I might just if I turn the sound down, you probably won't be able You won't get the in-game
That-
sounds. I'm actually going to do a lap of practice. Let's be honest.
No, Will, I'm serious. Glacier TV needs to come up with a trophy for whoever wins this split if it goes official, and it should just be iRacing's Man of the Year trophy. Because if you can win this race and not get booted out with incident points, you are obviously one of the greatest iRacers to ever live.
I tell you what we need to do right here, right now. Darren Ganji, Ben Cornett in this race.
Yes! You got 15 minutes, gentlemen. Make it happen. Use the fix set.
Yeah, you know, setups is anything that's important, right? So
What time is it in Australia right now? It's 8 a.m.
8 in the morning.
Saturday. Oh, he should be up by now if he was not partying.
yeah,
This
I'll
is a
tell you what,
Saturday morning.
I'll get Dom Duhan to give him a call. And by the way, I just looped it as I tried bringing the car out of pit road, and I'm racing an army boot. So this is going to be highly entertaining. I've even got to try and get my car out of pit road, which is going to be fun.
Why are you
So what you're
wearing
saying is you're
army
practicing.
boots? Why are you wearing army boots if you're in your own home?
Because of the fact that I didn't take my shoes off once I got into the house. I got laminate flooring. He's going to give a shit. I live by myself. Who's gonna...
Are we
This is
getting?
probably why I don't have a girlfriend, you know, because...
So now you got a pod. Now you're listening to not only Will and Dave, but also Will's steering wheel.
Can you
Yeah,
actually
clunk,
hear
clunk,
that?
clunk, clunk. He must have a G27.
I do.
Uh-huh.
Oh! 2-foot magic safe hack still works, so, you know, that could save me. Although I was
Yeah.
just doing 77 miles an hour, I'm thinking, this car's pretty stable.
He's
Oh my
just
god,
gonna
trying
run-
to get through turn 4 is just difficult. And now I've
He's
got-
gonna try to. You're gonna try to run around dragging your foot on the brake the whole time.
You know, that's probably the best way of doing it.
I have to say that just running a lap here myself, the car is a lot more stable than last season, which is good for us people that don't know what we're doing. We
But-
cannot all be John Paquins. No matter what car that guy gets in, he's very good at.
By the way, for those of you who are just tuning in, are wondering what this noise is. No, it's not me having a mechanical wank. This is my steering wheel with ultra high force feedback on, because it's the only way I can drive this car.
To each their own. Well, you gotta have your own preferences. Whatever makes you think that you're faster. What are we up to, Paul?
I think
Uh-oh.
Paul's practicing as well.
Oh, I just
almost
wrecked
lost
it.
I tell you what, I haven't wrecked it yet, but I can't hear because, of course, I turn the sound down because otherwise it's going to come through on the podcast. In fact, I probably should have turned on. You just laughed at how bad my shifting is. But I've not even hit 4th gear yet.
We're still at 6, and we have a new tweet. Oh, it's from Will, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I just wrecked it coming out the final corner.
Now, hey, where's Yoni? He needs to broadcast this race.
You
Oh,
only so
there
for
you go.
Glacier. We're in our secret little cave where no one can find out what the TeamSpeak address is.
Well, get Yoni on the horn and tell him he needs to do a quick and dirty broadcast of this race because we're 2 away from going official.
Fucking dirty. That's how I like my women.
We know. But
Well,
I
yeah,
thought-
if you
I
lower
thought
your
you s-
standards.
I thought you said your standards were higher than that.
Oh yeah, that's the only. We could do a segment where we just actually try and find a woman who's desperate enough who'd agree to marry me just so I can move to America. Is this against immigration laws if I'm just marrying someone to come to America?
Yes. Yes. You got to keep it quiet. You can't be saying, "Oh, I'm only marrying this girl for, the citizenship." You got to stay married for 7 years, and the government can check in on you and your wife to see how you're doing, make sure you're actually living together, and all that sort of thing.
So basically, I have to marry
Yeah, you
her
can't-
and actually, be civilized.
Yes, you can't
And
fake it.
occasionally shag.
You can't fake it till you make it.
So basically, if we make a porn movie, then I'm fine.
You're gonna have to do that for 7 years, though.
That's a lot of porn with the same
Yeah, I was
person.
about to say.
That's very exclusive.
Yeah, that would be an entertaining reality TV show, though. And we actually
Yeah,
got
it'd have to be on the
anything left
Playboy
to
channel,
talk
though.
about?
No, we can't go off air until we get an official race.
Okay, we won't go on. Don't forget, tweet us. Hashtag is Will and Dave. I couldn't find your Twitter, by the way. What is your Twitter handle?
ERJ2983.
Yeah, that.
I've tweeted at you before, but you must have just conveniently ignored me.
Which is different. How?
That's true.
Also, we tell you what, we have got a Facebook page, but I haven't yet set up a Facebook URL. Shall we just do Will and Dave for that as well?
Absolutely. Let's make it easy for the masses.
Facebook.com/Will and Dave.
Hey, I got a lap in with no incident points.
Fucking hell, we need to do, like, 25 of them. We've got 37 people who like us now on the Facebook page. What the fuck?
God bless every single one of you.
Yeah. Create a web address for this page.
But first, before you do any of that, sign up for the damn race so we can go.
Yes. All you YouTubers, jump in this thing.
This really is a sad commentary for how popular the show is.
Well, that's not necessarily true. It's just we don't have enough influence yet. People may be listening to us, but we don't have the influence over them to get them to sign up for this race.
True. This is why we need to start adding money. I will give 5 iRacing credits to whoever wins the next race. So long as it goes official, the race in 13 minutes, whoever wins, Will Vincent will give you $5.
Woohoo!
All right. Even more incentive for me to be here.
Yeah. Where's that guy who only ever runs when there's money involved?
Young-O?
No.
Brian Orton?
No. Christ. What do you think I am?
I don't think Jesus Christ wants for money either.
I'll tell you what, we are going to have to get Porzik involved in this show very quickly to make sure, I'm not going to get sued. Right, what we at?
Please forward all your correspondence to the Will and Dave legal department at John Porzik.
John Porzik, Connecticut.
If we're going to have to hire a full-time lawyer for this show, you know you're doing something right.
So,
you're not legit till you get sued.
We can only pay in beer, John, so I hope you can sustain your life with that.
Yeah. We never finished off talking about, Ganja and Cornetto. So, what car and track should they run?
Lotus 49.
At Philippine in 13 minutes.
Talladega. It's a lot harder than it seems.
Oh god, I managed about 5 laps in that before I wrecked.
Yeah, because when you're coming off the corners, you got no aerodynamic bits to hold you into the track, so that car is just dancing all over the place. You can't just hold her on a white line and let her eat.
It's kind of like the Skip Barber was, tight, and then all of a sudden...
Loose.
Yeah, it's like having anal sex.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, I had to...
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that car is tight as hell.
Randy's like, what did I just tune back into here?
That was a buzzkill. Oh, jeez.
Where is that derailed train sound effect?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! Stay on the track!
What's your best lap time, Will?
I've not done a lap.
I'm coming to personal best. Hold on. I'll stay on track.
5 minutes.
All right.
This is like Top Gear, but without the entertaining videos.
I got a 139.12.
139. I don't think I'll be able to do a lap, quicker than 3 minutes. The funny bit will be when someone tries to lap me, because I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
And that time clock underneath is just reminding me of my impending doom.
Are we still at 6?
I think so.
Yeah, we're still at 6.
Well, come on,
guys.
what the fuck is with people? You wanted to run the Lotus 49.
Okay,
you complained, you bitched and moaned about it.
Well, how about this? Anybody who in the race chat for the race in a few minutes who puts hashtag Will and Dave we'll put them into a contest for like 10 iRacing credits or something.
What, 5 each? Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep.
There we are. If you enter the race, you don't have to win it. If you just use hashtag Will and... Actually, no, you've got to do that. You've got to say... you've got to put something before hashtag Will and Dave, because otherwise it won't actually show up on racetracks. So just say, I don't know, I am hashtag Will and Dave or something.
Yes, anything. Try to be as creative as you can with it.
Yeah, and we'll basically give $10 to someone. $5 from me, $5 from Judson. and we'll take it from there. Randy will probably chuck in a can of Coors Light, but you got to fly to California to do that because he's so old he doesn't know what DHL and Parcel Force and all that sort of stuff is. Yeah, he only thinks stuff by ship.
I got a 138 lap.
At least
I got a 138 lap. I don't know if that's any good, but I got a 138.
I don't know.
7, folks. We're at 7.
I'm just coaxing.
Oh, come on, baby. We got one more, and it'll be official.
I'm sorry. Who the fuck are you, Darryl? Come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey. Come on. Come on. Come on. He did it. He did it.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Then I just wrecked.
Are
we at 8?
Not yet. Negative.
Jesus.
We are at 9.
What?
Yes!
We've got an official race!
It's official!
We've done it!
Ladies and gentlemen,
We validated ourselves!
We have done it.
We have done this. This is amazing.
Now watch
And
the people drop out.
No. Don't jinx it.
Why would you say that, man?
Why would you do that, Paul? Oh,
Okay, turn 4. Oh my god, the car's sliding as I tried to go through turn 4.
I guess I better start practicing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
yeah.
I wasn't going to get into the race completely cold, but it's going to be nice to actually be able to hear my engine sounds in a couple of minutes. We're going to go off air in about a minute and a half. Well, it's basically either when I A, crash this car before the end of the lap, or B, a minute after I actually, complete the lap, and Dave can laugh at how bad my lap time is. I think I'm up to 2 minutes already, and I think, I'm just going to carry on going, didn't crash, didn't hit anything, but low speed, high revs is never good in this car.
And we're done.
No. Oh, God, fuck. Okay, now I'm done. My optimal lap time, 1 minute 51.
You know what? At least you have an optimal time. That means you completed every sector at some point.
Yeah. Okay. So, from here, what I need to do, I need to load this back up. Let's turn you down, and... Wait.
Attention, iRacing.
Okay, that is it. That is episode 1 of the Will and Dave show in the books. Yeah, we went a little bit longer. Yeah, got the shit at the end. But hey, what are you going to do about it? We'll be back same time, same place, 4 p.m. Eastern time, which for you Americans is going to be later. I don't know why. You're moving your clocks around or something. But it's
4
Will
p.m.
Vincent.
Eastern is 4 p.m. Eastern, no matter what time of the year it is.
Yeah. I'm Will Vincent. That's Dave Judson.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Paul Jenkins and Randy Cosmo for stopping by. Next week we're going to get Nephiarg on the phone. We're going to try and get Dave's wife on the phone. We'll talk more about random stuff. We'll talk a little bit about NASCAR, a bit more about NFL, a bit more about iRacing. We'll try and get another series where something's gone wrong. We'll get an official race in your series. Use the hashtag Will and Dave on Twitter. Keep in contact, facebook.com/Will and Dave. Follow me at Will Vincent as well. We'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching.
God bless all of you for watching.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good night.